Blue light fading slowly across the quiet room. Messages keep glowing, but I don't move. Scrolling through the silence, another empty feed. Nothing there is calling, nothing that I need. So I put the phone down softly, let the evening breathe. There's a different kind of comfort waiting here for me. No more trying to keep up, no more endless noise, only distant rain outside and my quiet thoughts. Street lights through the curtain, moving on the wall. Tiny passing headlights, then nothing at all. Half-finished conversations, drifting out of mind. I don't need an answer, tonight is fine. So I leave the screen behind me, face turned to the dark, listening to small sounds inside my apartment. Every little second feels a little slow, like the world stopped rushing, just enough to know. Maybe I was tired long before tonight. Maybe all the silence was what I needed most. No music screaming loudly, no voices in my head, just the air around me and the softness of the bed. Blue light disappearing, room becoming still. Nothing left to answer, nothing left to fill. I can finally hear the quiet in my chest, phone face down beside me, and then I can rest. Another notification, lighting up again. Another short distraction, pulling at my head. Everybody talking, nothing really said. Too many little moments passing overhead. I don't wanna answer, I don't wanna scroll, I just want the quiet back inside my soul. Window open slightly, summer air comes through. Tiny sounds of midnight, changing all my moods. Cold drink on the table, clock says almost 2. Video still playing, but I'm watching nothing new. The city keeps on breathing, far beyond my room. Cars across the distance, disappearing soon. So I let the silence enter, slowly like the rain. Wash away the pressure living in my brain. No more trying to follow every little thing. Tonight I choose the feeling of not needing Maybe pieces smaller than I thought before. Maybe it's this moment lying on the floor. No dramatic healing, no changing my life. Just one quiet Friday without another fight. No more notifications, no more endless glow. Only soft reflections from the city below. Everything can wait now, nothing feels too far. Midnight moving slowly, exactly as we are. Leave the screen behind now, let the room turn blue. Nothing left to search for, nothing left to prove. Outside someone's laughing, somewhere down below. But inside this silence, I can let things go. Every day moves quickly, faster than before. Too much information pouring through the door. Tonight I close the curtains, breathe a little slow. Watch the shadows moving across the floor. Coffee cups beside me, books I never read. Tiny scattered memories living in my head. I don't need a playlist trying to inspire. I just need a heartbeat and a little quieter. So I turn the brightness lower till it disappears. Like the world gets softer when nobody is here. All the small anxieties start to drift away. Nothing really matters at the end of day. Maybe being lonely isn't always wrong. Maybe empty spaces can become a song. Not a perfect ending, not a brand new start. Just another evening, being close to my heart. Leave the screen behind now, let the silence stay. Night air through the window carries me away. No more endless scrolling, no more trying hard. Only this apartment and the distant cars. Quiet moments TV. Laundry in the corner, half-read magazines. Life is never perfect, still it comforts me. Street lamp through the window, painting golden lines on the empty bottles from another time. I can hear my breathing more than yesterday. Maybe I was missing these quiet kinds of days. Not chasing motivation, not trying to grow, just letting all the pressure finally let go. There's something beautiful in doing almost nothing. No dramatic meaning, no productivity. Only resting slowly inside a peaceful room, watching midnight gather in the soft perfume. Quiet mode forever, at least for tonight. No more glowing timelines, no more artificial light. Only gentle silence, only breathing slow, and a calm apartment wrapped in afterglow. Airline airplane mode in midnight city shining far. Tiny moving headlights passing like a thought. No one can reach me now, and somehow that feels nice, like stepping out of noise for a little while. Every day is crowded, even when alone. Too many voices living inside the phone. So tonight I choose a quieter kind of blue, just me and the ceiling in this small room view. The fan keeps turning slowly, clock keeps counting time. Half awake emotions drifting through my mind. Music low and gentle barely fills the air, like it understands me without needing words. I don't need excitement, I don't need escape, only soft existence at the end of day. No dramatic healing, no perfect control, just enough stillness to settle down my soul. Maybe this is happiness, small and incomplete. Late night conversations between silence and me. between silence and me. Ain't nothing really changing, nothing really new. Still this quiet moment feels unexpectedly true. Airplane mode at midnight, everything is dim. Night wind through the window, soft against my skin. Tomorrow can be later, morning can be far. Right now I'm just floating under city stars. Offline for tonight now, nothing left to see. All the endless timelines can continue without me. Curtains moving softly, night wind in the room. Tiny city reflections floating in the blue. I was getting tired without noticing every little update pulling at my sleep. So I let the silence cover everything, like a quiet blanket over all my thoughts. Phone face down beside me, screen completely dark. Only distant traffic somewhere through the park. Half-drunk tea is cooling next to scattered clothes. Nothing here is perfect, still it feels like home. Maybe I don't need to always stay connected. Maybe peace is hidden inside being quiet. No more trying harder, no more keeping pace. Tonight I disappear without leaving a trace. The world keeps moving even when I stop. The thought feels strangely gentle, like pressure finally drops. No big revelation, no changing who I am, just resting for a moment, exactly where I stand. Offline for tonight now, morning can arrive before these few midnight hours. I don't need that life, only soft apartment air and this fading song. Nothing asking anything as the night moves on. Soft glow from the hallway, slipping through the door, lighting up the silence across the wooden floor. The TV's running somewhere in another room, tiny bits of living floating through the blue. I don't need excitement, I don't need escape, only this slow evening after a long day. No one really notices when the world gets still, but these little moments always help me heal. Messages unanswered, coffee stains and books. Outside all the city lights still trying to look good, but in here it's different. Nothing has to shine. I can let my tiredness exist without disguise. So I lower all the brightness till the room turns warm, like the night is telling me I don't need to perform. Every small reflection starts to disappear, leaving only quiet air and distant atmosphere. Maybe growing older means protecting space, keeping tiny peaceful nights nobody can take. Not lonely in a painful way, not sadness in disguise, just enjoying silence under apartment lights. Soft glow from the hallway, everything feels slow. City sounds dissolving somewhere far below. I can hear the midnight breathing through the dark, while another tired week finally falls apart. Too late to keep scrolling, eyes already tired. Every little headline only makes me wired. Another perfect picture, another perfect life, floating through the darkness past midnight tonight. So I put the phone away, let the silence talk, hear the old refrigerator buzzing through the dark. Funny how the smallest sounds feel comforting somehow. When the world gets quieter than it usually allows. Moonlight on the blanket, cold air on my skin. Nothing really happening, still I settle in. Cars across the overpass fade into the rain, like all the noise inside my head slowly drains away. I don't need distraction, I don't need to know what everybody's doing somewhere down below. Tonight I choose stillness instead of one more feed. Trying less completely feels like what I need. No deep conversations, no life-changing plans, just another Friday, ending soft again. Maybe that's enough now. Maybe that is peace. Not fixing every feeling, just letting feelings be. Too late to keep scrolling, night is almost gone. But for these few quiet moments, I feel safe alone. Everything can wait until morning starts anew. Right now, only silence in this midnight room. Night without Wi-Fi feels a little strange, like the room is breathing in a different way. No videos repeating, no endless Harmless little sounds, only rainwater dripping somewhere outside now. I forgot how silence actually could feel without another screen telling me what's real. There's a softness hiding under all the noise, sometimes disappearing inside modern life. Blankets on the sofa, streetlights through the glass, tiny passing moments slowly drifting past. I don't need the answers, I don't need the news, only quiet midnight air and these darker blues. Maybe every weekend doesn't need a plan. Maybe doing nothing can still understand how to hold a tired heart without asking why. How to simply exist for a little while. The city never fully sleeps, still tonight feels small, like the world outside my room isn't loud at all. There is comfort in this space nobody can see. Late night disconnected, finally feeling free. Night without Wi-Fi, nothing left to chase, only distant thunder and a slower pace. Tomorrow will be waiting like it always does, but tonight is quiet, and tonight is enough. The room gets quieter after 2 a.m. Even all my worries start fading by then. Only tiny neon colors from outside the blinds, sliding through the darkness across my mind. I spent all day listening to everybody else. Now I finally hear the sound of myself, not in some dramatic way, not a movie scene, just soft breathing in the dark and humming machines. Shoes beside the doorway, laundry on the chair, ordinary little things waiting everywhere. Somehow all the stillness feels warmer tonight, like the world stopped asking me to do everything right. So I leave the phone untouched next to the bed frame. Nothing there could help me more than quiet can outside. Someone's driving somewhere far away, but inside this apartment time moves differently. Maybe peace is ordinary, maybe peace is small, maybe it's this tired room after midnight calls. No perfect resolution, no sudden clarity, only gentle silence keeping company. The room gets quieter till the night turns blue, and all the heavy be thinking loses something too. Morning will arrive soon, but I'm not there yet. Still floating through this calmness, I don't wanna end. Nothing important tonight, only shadows on the wall. Tiny city reflections, slowly rising, slowly fall. The kitchen lights still glowing from the other room. Everything feels softer after midnight blue. I spent too much attention on things that disappear. Too many passing feelings, too many borrowed fears. So tonight I'm letting go of every little thing. No pressure to become anything by morning. Phone battery is dying, but I don't really care. Outside, distant sirens fade into the air. Half-finished conversations sleeping in my mind. No one needs an answer. Tonight is quiet. Maybe peace is smaller than I used to think. Maybe it's the silence and a cold late night drink. No more trying harder, no more endless noise. Only soft apartment sounds and my slowing thoughts. There's comfort in the ordinary nights that leave no trace. Nothing cinematic, nothing to explain. Just another tired Friday floating into sleep, with enough calm inside me to finally breathe deep. Nothing important tonight, and maybe that is good. The room feels warm and distant, exactly like it should. Morning can stay somewhere else, beyond the window light. Right now, I belong here, inside this quiet night. Muted conversations playing through the wall. Someone else still awake now, somewhere down the hall. Tiny pieces of living floating through the night, while I stay here drifting under dim white light. I don't need to answer anything right now. The world can keep on moving without showing me how. Sometimes all I want is space enough to breathe, far away from timelines and what they expect of me. Blankets tangled loosely, books beside the bed. without a sound, like the city understands how to settle down. No dramatic healing, no lesson to learn, only slow emotions quietly returning. Maybe this exhaustion doesn't need a cure. Maybe being still tonight is already enough. There's beauty in small silence people rarely keep, moments with no purpose before falling asleep. Nothing trying to sell me, nothing pulling focus, only soft apartment air holding everything together. Muted conversations fading into blue. The night becomes gentler the longer I stay still. Tomorrow waits somewhere far beyond this room, but right now only quiet in this slow-moving mood. One last look at the screen before I let it fade. Another endless evening spent half awake. Faces glowing softly inside tiny frames. Everybody searching for something to explain. But the room feels warmer when the brightness leaves, like the night is slowly breathing next to me. No more trying to follow every passing wave. Tonight I disappear into a quieter space. Street lights on the ceiling, rain against the glass. Tiny midnight moments always move too fast. Coffee table clutter, blankets on the floor. Ordinary comfort I don't ignore anymore. Maybe I was missing how silence really sounds underneath the pressure of always looking down. No perfect destination, no sudden clarity, only soft reflections keeping company. The world can wait till morning, nothing falls apart if I stop consuming for a couple hours. Maybe rest begins here in this tired room, with no one asking anything beneath the midnight blue. One last look at the screen, then everything goes dark. Only distant headlights moving through my heart. Tonight I let the silence stay a little longer, and somehow in the quiet I feel a little softer. After the timeline ends, the room feels different somehow. Like the air gets heavier, but softer too somehow. No more endless motion inside my tired hands. Only quiet breathing and half-forgotten plans. Every day moves faster than I can really feel. Too much information, too artificial. So tonight I'm stepping out of all that noise, trying to remember how silence sounds. Cold sheets and city lights, rainwater on the rail, a train somewhere distant passing through the dark. The apartment isn't pretty, still it comforts me, because nothing here expects anything from me. No pressure to improve now, no pressure to perform. Only this slow midnight keeping me warm. Sometimes doing nothing feels strangely complete, like all the restless thoughts finally fall asleep. Maybe modern living makes forgetting easy, forgetting how to listen to an empty room. Breathing tonight, I stay here quietly without another screen, learning how to exist inside the in-between. After the timeline ends, nothing really changes. Still the night feels kinder without constant pages. Everything grows distant, everything grows slow, and I finally stop chasing things I don't need to know. This apartment after midnight feels like another world. Streetlights through the curtains, painting silver on the floor. The refrigerator humming like a distant song. Tiny ordinary noises keeping me along. I spend all day connected, still somehow alone. Now the silence understands me better than my phone. No one asking questions, no one needing more. Only soft night air moving through the hallway door. Laundry still unfolded, books beside the bed, little signs of living scattered everywhere. Funny how these small things make the room feel safe, like I don't have to hide my tiredness away. So I let the evening settle slowly over me, like dark blue water, calm and quietly deep. No dramatic ending, no important scene, just another Friday night being exactly what I need. Maybe happiness is smaller than we're taught to chase. Maybe it's these midnight hours no one tries replace. Only distant traffic grows gentler the longer I stay still. Tomorrow waits outside somewhere beyond the waking streets. But tonight this little room is all I really need. No rush anymore tonight. Everything can slow. The city keeps on moving outside my window. Messages still waiting somewhere on the screen, but none of them feel urgent like they used to seem. I was always chasing something hard to name, another little distraction, another passing wave. Now the room feels calmer with the lights turned low, like silence finally found me after all this noise. Street lamp shadows shifting across the empty wall. Tiny ordinary moments mean the most of all. The fan keeps turning slowly, clock keeps counting time. Nothing really changes, still I feel alright. Maybe rest is simple, maybe peace is small, maybe being present is enough at all. No pressure to improve now, no race left to run, only soft apartment air after everyone is gone. There's comfort in the stillness. People rarely keep a quiet kind of freedom before falling asleep. Not lonely in a painful way, not sadness in disguise, just finally letting tired thoughts drift into the night. Anymore tonight, nothing left to prove, only distant traffic sounds and this midnight mood. Tomorrow can arrive later, morning far away. Right now I belong here where the silence stays. The sound of the air conditioner filling up the room. Tiny waves of white noise floating through the blue. Phone turned over quietly, face against the sheet. Nothing else demanding anything from me. I spent all day listening to too many things, everybody talking over everything. Now the silence feels honest, simple and low, like this little apartment No dramatic healing, no deep words tonight. Only soft exhaustion under muted lights. Maybe doing nothing can already help. Maybe quiet evenings are enough themselves. There's beauty in small routines. People overlook the hum of midnight living, the comfort of familiar rooms. No perfect atmosphere, no cinematic scene, just soft machine noises and fading city dreams. The air conditioner steady through the dark, keeping quiet company inside my tired heart. Morning waits somewhere beyond the sleeping avenue, but tonight this gentle noise is all I'm listening to. Stop looking for something in every little scroll, every passing picture, every endless post. Nothing there can fix the tiredness tonight. Sometimes all I really need is softer light. So I let the room grow quiet, one sound at a time. Hear the distant traffic melt into the night. No more trying to follow every changing wave. Tonight I stay still enough to let my mind escape. Blankets on the sofa, rain against the rail, a half-played conversation still inside my head. The city keeps on glowing beyond the window frame, but in here nothing asks me to become anything. Maybe peace begins here in ordinary rooms, with low music softly playing under midnight blue. No pressure to feel happy, no pressure to pretend. Only breathing slowly at the quiet end. There's comfort in disappearing for a little while, leaving all the time minds outside the door tonight. Not loneliness exactly, more like peaceful space where tired thoughts can finally move at their own pace. Stop looking for something the night already knows how to hold the silence without needing words. Everything grows gentler the longer I stay still, floating through this midnight without another thrill. Screens turn dark around me, one by one tonight. only shadows and soft hallway light. The room feels almost weightless without the constant glow. Like all the noise inside me finally moves slow. Every day is crowded, even staying home. Too many little voices living in my phone. So I let the silence settle across the bed, trying not to carry the whole world in my head. Outside, distant thunder rolls across the sky. Cars beneath the overpass fade and disappear. Nothing really happens, still the night feels full. Like quiet has its own way of making people whole. No dramatic answers, no perfect clarity, only soft reflection keeping company. Maybe this is enough now, maybe this is peace. One quiet Friday evening without needing anything. I forgot how gentle an empty room could feel when nobody is asking what I should become. Only muted midnight, only drifting thoughts, only tired breathing and a slow-moving clock. Screens turn dark around me, the city glowing blue. Everything feels farther and somehow softer too. Tomorrow waits beyond the blinds, but I'm not there yet. Still floating in the silence I don't want to forget. Until the room goes silent, I'll stay awake a while, watching tiny headlights disappear outside. The night feels calm and heavy in the softest way, like everything I worried about can wait another day. I don't need distraction, I don't need escape, only the slow evening at the end of the week. Phone turned face down quietly beside the bed. No more endless timelines running through my head. Cold drink on the table, blankets loosely thrown. Small unfinished moments scattered through my home. Somehow all the stillness feels comforting tonight, like the world stopped asking me to always get life right. Maybe peace is ordinary, maybe peace is small. Maybe it's this tired room after midnight calls. No pressure left to carry, no energy to chase, only soft apartment air and slower pace. The city keeps on glowing beyond the window frame, but inside this silence nothing needs till the room goes silent and even thoughts grow dim. I'll stay here with the darkness, letting the night in. Tomorrow will arise soon like it always does, but tonight I finally feel like I've done enough.